Over 75, 7 morning mistakes that secretly increase fall risk. Most people think falls happen outside, on stairs, on sidewalks, in slippery bathrooms. But for adults over 75, the most dangerous moment of the day often happens within the first 60 seconds after waking. Not because you are weak, not because you are careless, but because your body is transitioning. And most people rush that transition. Let me ask you something. When you wake up, do you sit up immediately? Do you swing your legs over the side of the bed and stand right away? If you do, you are not alone, and you may be unknowingly increasing your fall risk every single morning. In this video, we are breaking down 7 common morning mistakes that quietly increase instability after 75. Not dramatic mistakes, not reckless behavior, simple habits that feel normal, but small patterns create big outcomes over time. And mistake number 1, the most dangerous one, is something most seniors ignore for years, but we will get to that later. Let us start with why mornings are different. When you lie down overnight, your body is horizontal. Gravity distributes blood evenly. Your heart does not have to pump upward against vertical force. Your calf muscles are inactive, your hips are relaxed, your nervous system is in a resting state. Now imagine what happens when you suddenly sit up. Gravity returns instantly. Blood shifts downward toward your legs. Your cardiovascular system must respond quickly. Your blood vessels must tighten. Your heart rate must adjust. Your stabilizing muscles must activate. Your vision must recalibrate, all within seconds. If any part of that response is slightly delayed, even briefly, you may feel lightheaded. You may feel unsteady. You may feel like you need to grab something. That is not weakness. That is a transition response. And after 75, that response naturally becomes slower. Your blood vessels may be less elastic. Your muscle activation timing may be slightly delayed. Your nervous system signaling may take an extra second. And that extra second is where instability lives. So let us begin with mistake number 7. Standing up too fast. This is the most common and most underestimated habit. You wake up, you feel fine, you sit up, you stand immediately, and then you feel a brief wave. Maybe your vision dims slightly, maybe you feel pressure in your head, maybe your balance shifts forward. That brief sensation is often caused by a temporary drop in blood pressure when you stand too quickly. This is called an orthostatic response. It simply means your body has not fully adjusted to vertical position yet. In younger adults, this adjustment happens almost instantly. In adults over 75, the reflex may take longer. When you stand abruptly, gravity pulls blood downward before your vessels tighten. For a moment, less blood reaches your brain, your body corrects it. But that correction takes time. During that time, your stability is reduced. The danger is not the dizziness itself. The danger is the reflex movement that follows. You may lean forward suddenly. You may take a quick step, you may shift weight unevenly. Those quick corrections increase fall risk. The solution is simple. Pause before standing, sit upright for 10 seconds, let your body adjust, breathe normally, then stand slowly. This one habit alone can reduce instability dramatically. But most people never pause. Now let us move to mistake number 6, skipping calf activation before standing. Your calf muscles are often called your second heart. That is not dramatic language. Each time your calves contract, they help push blood upward toward your heart. When you sleep, those muscles are inactive for hours. Blood settles in the lower legs. When you stand without activating those muscles first, blood pooling is more likely. That increases the chance of lightheadedness. A simple series of ankle pumps while lying in bed can stimulate circulation before you sit up. Point your toes, pull them back. Slowly. 10 repetitions. It takes less than 30 seconds, but most seniors skip this entirely. They rely on their cardiovascular system to adjust instantly. Preparation is more powerful than reaction. Now, mistake number 5, not drinking enough fluids the night before. As we age, thirst sensation decreases. You may not feel thirsty even when your body needs hydration. Mild dehydration reduces blood volume. Lower blood volume makes blood pressure regulation harder. In the morning, when your body transitions to standing, reduced blood volume increases the chance of a temporary drop. Now, this does not mean you should drink large amounts right before bed. Unintentionally reduce fluid intake to unintentionally reduce fluid intake to avoid nighttime interruptions. But chronic mild dehydration quietly increases fall risk. Now let us pause for a moment. Notice something. None of these mistakes feel dramatic. Standing too fast, skipping calf activation, low hydration, they feel normal. That is why they are dangerous. On-up falls rarely happen because someone makes a dramatic decision. They happen because small habits compound, and mornings are when those habits are tested. Your balance system relies on three main inputs: vision, inner ear feedback, muscle response. If muscle response is delayed and blood pressure fluctuates, two systems are compromised at once. That creates instability. You may not fall immediately, but instability builds, and repeated instability changes behavior. You begin to move cautiously. You shorten your stride, you lean forward slightly when standing. Forward lean shifts your center of gravity. Shifted center increases imbalance. The pattern compounds. But here is the important part. These mistakes are modifiable. You do not need intense exercise. You do not need expensive equipment. You need awareness, and you need a pause. Standing too fast is the most common trigger. Skipping calf activation reduces circulation efficiency. Low hydration reduces pressure stability. 3 small habits, 3 powerful impacts, and we have only covered the first 3 mistakes. The next one is happening not in your bed, but in your hallway, and most people do not realize it until after a scare. In part 2, we will talk about environmental and posture mistakes that quietly increase fall risk, because the danger does not end when you leave your mattress. It continues into your first steps of the day. And the final mistake, number 1, is not physical at all. It is a mindset pattern, a belief that something is just aging. That belief may be the most dangerous habit of all, but we will get there. For now, ask yourself honestly, do you stand immediately when you wake up? Do you activate your calves before sitting? Are you consistently hydrated? If not, you now know 3 changes that can begin tomorrow morning. Preparation preserves independence. Speed does not. And after 75, independence is not protected by strength alone. It is protected by stability. In part 2, we continue with mistakes that happen once your feet hit the floor, and what you learn next may change how you move through your home forever. Over 75, 7 morning mistakes that secretly increase fall risk. In part 1, we covered the first 3 mistakes that happen before you even leave your bed. Standing too fast, skipping calf activation, not staying properly hydrated. Now we move to the next layer. Because for many seniors, instability does not begin in the mattress. It begins the moment your feet touch the floor. Let us continue with mistake number 4, walking in dim lighting. This one surprises many people. So you may think your home is safe. You know every corner, every hallway, every rug, but your visual system changes with age. After 75, depth perception slows. Contrast sensitivity decreases. Peripheral vision narrows slightly. These changes are gradual, so gradual that most people do not notice them, but in low lighting, they matter. When you wake up early, or when you get up during the night, your pupils are still adjusting. Your brain is transitioning from sleep to alertness. Your balance system is already recalibrating. If lighting is dim, your visual input becomes unreliable, and balance depends heavily on vision. When vision is compromised, your body relies more on inner ear signals and muscle feedback. If muscle activation is also delayed from sleep, instability increases. This is why many falls occur in hallways or on the way to the bathroom. Not because the space is unfamiliar, but because visual contrast is reduced. Edges blur slightly. Shadows distort depth. A simple change can reduce this risk. Use soft night lighting, motion sensor lights, low-level hallway lamps. Avoid total darkness during movement. You do not need bright overhead lights. You need contrast, clear edges, defined pathways. Now mistake number 3, locking your knees when standing. This habit feels stable. Many seniors straighten their legs fully when they rise. It feels strong. It feels upright. But locking your knees actually reduces circulation return. When knees are fully locked, the muscles surrounding the joint disengage. Blood flow through the lower leg slows. Your calf pump becomes less active. At the same time, locked knees shift your center of gravity slightly backward. That backward shift may feel stable for a moment, but it reduces micro-adjustment capacity. Your body needs small knee flexion to absorb subtle balance changes. Soft knees allow your muscles to respond. Locked knees reduce responsiveness. If dizziness occurs while knees are locked, the body has fewer options to correct. A better approach is gentle bend, not squatting, not leaning, just avoid hyperextension. Stand tall. Keep knees soft. Engage your hips slightly. Balance is dynamic, not rigid. Now mistake number 2, Rushing to the bathroom. This is extremely common. You wake with urgency. Your mind focuses on speed. Your body follows. You skip the pause. You skip activation. You walk quickly. Urgency increases adrenaline slightly. Adrenaline shifts focus away from balance. Your stride shortens. Your steps become faster but less controlled. And here is something many people do not realize. When you rush, your brain prioritizes destination over stability. That means less attention is given to foot placement. Less attention is given to posture. If you combine urgency with dim lighting and delayed circulation adjustment, risk increases significantly. The solution is not complicated. Pause, even if you feel urgency. Sit for 10 seconds, activate your calves briefly, stand slowly. Take your first steps deliberately. The few seconds you invest in preparation are shorter than the time it takes to recover from a fall. Now let us talk about something subtle. Micro distractions. Many seniors check their phone immediately after waking, or glance at messages while walking, or adjust glasses while stepping forward. Multitasking reduces balance awareness. Your attention is divided. And balance requires attention. Even simple cognitive tasks reduce gait stability in older adults. Walking while thinking intensely. Walking while adjusting clothing. Walking while carrying items. All reduce postural control. Morning is not the time for divided focus. First steps should be intentional, unhurried, undistracted. Now let us pause and summarize. So far, we have covered mistake 7, standing too fast. Mistake 6, skipping calf activation. Mistake 5, low hydration. Mistake 4, dim lighting. Mistake 3, locked knees. Mistake 2, rushing to the bathroom. Notice a pattern. None of these are dramatic behaviors. They are routine. Routine creates repetition. Repetition creates outcome. And instability is often a product of repeated small habits. Now let me explain something important. Falls are rarely caused by a single event. They are usually the result of layered instability. Layer 1, circulation delay. Layer 2, muscle activation delay. Layer 3, visual compromise. Layer 4, divided attention. Layer 5, urgency. When multiple layers overlap, risk multiplies. But when you remove even one layer, stability improves. Remove 2, and the difference becomes noticeable. Remove 3, and confidence increases. Many seniors believe falls are unpredictable, but many falls follow patterns. Morning routines, night bathroom trips, low lighting environments, transitional movements. These are predictable windows. Predictable windows allow preventive action, and prevention does not require strength training alone. It requires sequence control. Let me give you a short example. Imagine this scenario. You wake up at 5:30 a.m. The room is dim. You feel urgency. You swing your legs down. You stand immediately. You lock your knees. You take a fast step forward. You adjust your robe while walking. In that one sequence, you have triggered 5 of the 7 mistakes. Even if you do not fall that day, instability becomes normalized. Your brain begins to expect slight imbalance. Anticipatory tension develops. That tension changes posture. Posture change affects center of gravity. The pattern compounds. Now imagine a different sequence. You wake up, you perform ankle pumps, you sit upright, you wait 10 seconds, you turn on a soft light, you stand with soft knees, you take deliberate steps, no urgency, no rush, no divided focus, same person. Same home, different outcome. Preparation changes risk trajectory. Now in part 3, we move to the most important mistake. Mistake number 1. It is not a physical habit, it is a belief. A belief that subtle morning instability is just aging. And that belief may quietly increase long-term fall risk more than any lighting condition or muscle delay. Because when you normalize instability, you stop correcting it, and correction is what preserves independence. In part 3, we will build the full 5-minute stability blueprint. And we will explain how small daily changes compound into long-term balance confidence. Because after 75, stability is not preserved by strength alone. It is preserved by intention. And the final mistake may surprise you. Over 75, 7 morning mistakes that secretly increase fall risk. We have covered 6 common morning mistakes: standing too fast, skipping calf activation, low hydration, dim lighting, locked knees, rushing. Now we arrive at mistake number 1, and this one is different. It is not a movement, it is not a posture. It is a belief. Ignoring subtle morning dizziness, many seniors say the same sentence. It's just age. I always feel a little off in the morning. It passes, and often it does pass, but what matters is not whether it passes. What matters is what happens before it passes. When you feel slightly unsteady and you continue moving without adjustment, your brain registers instability, even if you do not fall. Even if you catch yourself, your nervous system remembers. The next morning, your body anticipates that instability. You may tighten your shoulders slightly. You may lean forward slightly. You may shorten your stride. These changes are subtle. But subtle shifts in posture change your center of gravity. Forward lean moves your weight ahead of your base of support. Shortened stride reduces toe clearance. Reduced toe clearance increases trip risk. One small, ignored sensation becomes a pattern, and patterns shape long-term stability. Morning dizziness is not always dangerous, but ignoring it can be, because the body adapts to what it repeats. If you normalize instability, you normalize compensation. Compensation often creates new imbalance. For example, if you feel lightheaded and you grab furniture frequently, you may begin relying on external support. Over time, reliance reduces internal muscle response. Reduced muscle response increases dependence. Independence erodes slowly, not suddenly, quietly. Now let us shift from mistakes to correction, because awareness without action does not change outcome. This is where the 5-minute morning stability blueprint comes in. Not an intense workout, not a gym routine, a sequence, a transition ritual. 5 minutes before your feet carry your weight fully. Step 1, ankle activation. While lying down, perform 10 slow ankle pumps. Point your toes downward, hold for 2 seconds, pull them back, hold for 2 seconds, then add gentle circles, yes, slow, controlled. This stimulates circulation, wakes the calf pump, prepares vascular adjustment. Step 2, supine march. With knees bent, lift one foot slightly. Keep your lower back neutral, hold briefly. Alternate sides, slow pace. This activates hip flexors and deep core stabilizers. These muscles support stepping mechanics. Step 3, glute bridge. Feet flat, drive through your heels. Lift hips gently. Hold for 5 seconds. Lower slowly. This activates posterior chain muscles. Glutes are essential for balance correction. Without glute engagement, your body relies excessively on lower back and knees. Step 4, roll to your side. Pause for a moment. Push up slowly to seated. Sit upright. Feet flat on the floor. Step 5, seated. Pause. Stay seated for 10 seconds. Breathe normally. Allow blood pressure to stabilize. Do not rush. After this sequence, stand. Soft knees, neutral posture, slow first step. This entire blueprint takes less than 5 minutes, but its impact compounds. Now let us talk about compounding. Many seniors believe improvement requires dramatic change. It does not. Small repeated stability cues reshape neural pathways. Your brain controls balance, muscles respond to signals. Signals improve with repetition. When you activate calves daily, circulation response improves. When you pause before standing, blood pressure regulation improves. When you engage glutes consistently, hip stability improves. Over weeks, these micro adjustments reduce anticipatory tension. Confidence increases. Confidence changes posture. Posture changes center of gravity. Center of gravity affects fall risk. Independence is preserved by preparation, not speed, not intensity. Preparation. Now let us revisit mistake number 1. Ignoring subtle dizziness. Instead of dismissing it, observe it. If you feel lightheaded, pause, sit back down, activate ankles, breathe, then stand again. Do not label it weakness, label it feedback. Your body communicates. Listening prevents escalation. Also remember something important. Falls are rarely about strength alone. They are about timing. Reaction timing, muscle timing, circulation timing. Morning is a timing transition. When you rush that transition, risk increases. When you respect it, stability improves. Now let us widen perspective. Independence after 75 is not maintained by walking alone. It is maintained by preserving reaction capacity. That means keeping muscles responsive. keeping circulation adaptive, keeping posture neutral, keeping mindset proactive. Many seniors focus only on exercise duration, how long they walk, how many steps they take. But stability depends on sequence control, how you rise, how you step, how you adjust. The morning is the first test of that control, each day, every day. And here is something powerful. You do not need perfect balance to reduce fall risk. You need consistent preparation. Consistency builds automaticity. Automaticity builds confidence. Confidence reduces fear-based stiffness. Fear stiffness reduces fluidity. Fluidity preserves equilibrium. Now imagine your mornings 3 months from now. You wake, you activate ankles automatically. You sit upright calmly, you stand deliberately. No rush, no grab for furniture, no surprise instability. Confidence replaces caution, not reckless confidence. Calm confidence. That shift changes how you move all day. Morning stability affects daytime posture. Daytime posture affects evening fatigue. Fatigue affects nighttime risk. It is all connected. Now let me leave you with something clear. You cannot control aging, but you can control transition. The first 5 minutes of your day are the foundation of the next 16 hours. If those 5 minutes are rushed, instability begins early. If those 5 minutes are intentional, stability compounds. We have covered 7 mistakes: standing too fast, skipping calf activation, low hydration, dim lighting, locked knees, rushing, ignoring subtle dizziness, 7 habits. 7 opportunities, none require expensive tools, none require extreme effort. They require awareness and consistency. If you are over 75, your goal is not speed, your goal is steadiness. Steadiness preserves independence, and independence preserves dignity. Tomorrow morning, begin with the 5-minute blueprint. Do not wait for a scare. Do not wait for a stumble. Preparation is easier than recovery, and small daily actions protect long-term freedom. If this information helped you see your mornings differently, consider subscribing, because stability is not a single tip, it is a system. And protecting that system is one of the most important investments you can make after 75. Thank you for watching.